He wasn't just a singer. He was a force of nature who reshaped music, dance, and culture forever. This is the story of Michael Jackson, the one and only king of pop. Born in Gary, Indiana on August 29, 1958, Michael was a prodigy from the start. By age 5, he could perfectly mimic the electrifying moves of James Brown. This incredible talent, however, was forged under the iron-fisted discipline of his father, Joe Jackson. Michael later shared that the physical and emotional abuse he endured, including being called Big Nose, deeply scarred his self-confidence, likely fueling his later shyness and physical transformations. In 1964, he and his brothers formed the Jackson 5. Signing with Motown Records, they made history. Their first 4 singles, I Want You Back, ABC, The Love You Save, and I'll Be There, all rocketed to #1. No group had ever done that before. It was a sign of the record-breaking career to come. But Michael yearned for artistic freedom. On the set of the film The Wiz, he met legendary producer Quincy Jones, a partnership that would soon ignite the world of pop music. In 1979, they released Off the Wall, a masterful blend of disco and R&B. It became the first solo album ever to produce 4 top 10 hits. Yet, when it didn't win the Grammy for Album of the Year, a disappointed Michael channeled that frustration into a new ambition, to create an album so massive it would be impossible to ignore. And in 1982, he did just that. Thriller wasn't just an album. It was a cultural earthquake. It remains the best-selling album of all time, with over 70 million copies sold. At a time when MTV was hesitant to feature Black artists, the sheer power of the Billie Jean video forced them to break their own color barrier. Michael Jackson literally integrated MTV. Then came the moment that froze time. At the Motown 25 special in 1983, during his performance of Billie Jean, he debuted a move that would become iconic: the moonwalk. In an instant, it became his signature. The following year, he swept the Grammys, taking home a record-breaking 8 awards in a single night, a record that still stands today. His creative peak continued with the albums Bad in 1987 and Dangerous in 1991. For the Santos Smooth Criminal video, he defied gravity with an astonishing 45-degree lean. How? He co-patented a special shoe that locked onto the stage, a perfect example of his genius for blending performance and innovation. Then, in 1993, he revolutionized the Super Bowl halftime show, transforming it from a simple intermission into the global music spectacle it is today. But with unparalleled fame came intense public scrutiny. The tabloids obsessed over his changing appearance. Michael publicly stated that his lighter skin was due to vitiligo, a condition causing pigment loss, which he managed with makeup. To reclaim a childhood he felt he never had, he built the fantastical Neverland Ranch, a personal paradise that also symbolized his deep isolation. His life was further complicated by devastating legal battles. Though acquitted of all charges in a high-profile 2005 trial, the accusations took a profound toll on his health and spirit. By 2009, he was ready for a monumental comeback. He announced a 50-show residency in London called This Is It. Tickets vanished in hours, proving his star power was undiminished. He poured everything into rehearsals, preparing for what would have been the greatest return in music history. But that return never came. On June 25, 2009, just weeks before the tour, Michael Jackson died at his home at the age of 50 from an overdose of a powerful sedative administered by his physician. The world went into mourning. Michael Jackson's legacy is immeasurable. He elevated the music video to an art form and fused sound, movement, and spectacle in a way no one had ever imagined. From Beyoncé to The Weeknd, his influence echoes through the artists of today. He was more than the king of pop. He was a cultural icon whose art crossed every border, cementing his place as the greatest entertainer of all time. Thank you so much for watching. If you were moved by Michael's story, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the lives of legends. We'll see you in the next one.